Got it.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Finally Financial, the podcast where you can come on here and you can learn as well as uh, give information. We can learn as well as teach. Uh, I've got a special guest for you guys today. Uh, my friend, my homeboy, Michael Posey. Mike, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So I would like for you to start by introducing yourself, brother.
All right. Well, again, as brother Tila Jackson said, I'm Michael Posey, 16-year veteran, teaching field, 6 years here in Texas, and the previous years was in North Carolina. Um, Also, the last 10 years dabbled in real estate, have rental property. Um, yeah, and just a all around entrepreneur, just trying to have fun in life.
Awesome. Great deal, man. Great deal that you said entrepreneur, because that's a lot about what this Finally Financial channel is about, man. We like to talk to people that are high on finances and that want to uh, build generational wealth and you know entrepreneurship is a way to do that. Now, this episode is called Marriage and Money. Okay, so I've been married before. Uh, you just got married,
Yes,
so
sir.
we're gonna start before you got married. So let me ask you this: how did you grow up regarding money and finance?
All right. So thinking about it, I grew up just knowing the value of a dollar.
Okay.
I worked with my dad when I was young in the carpet and the flooring business,
Hmm.
and he taught me that hard work equals a dollar, and so I valued the dollar just by that experience as a young kid working with my dad.
Awesome. Now, uh, I did the same thing, man. My dad, that's all he taught us was work hard, work hard, work hard. He beat it into us so much, that when I went to college, I said some people can make money and not have to work that hard. So, you know, uh so I understand that. Let me ask you another question, man. So what's your philosophy when it comes to making money or money in general?
Yeah. So my philosophy at this point in time in my life, because I think is a open-ended question, because it changes and it revolves over time. The older you get, the I think the more you learn, and so your philosophy on money changes. So I would say my philosophy right now is, but prior to that, I just wanted to save. I just wanted to learn how to save, because prior to that, I probably wanted to look like I had money more so
Mhm.
than had money. So
Yep,
I
yep,
got into
definitely.
the Dave Ramsey series, and it kind of changed my life, where I decided to get out of debt. And then once
Okay.
I got out of debt, I wanted to save every coin that I could get. But
Awesome.
now I'm in the phase where I think it's more important to not just save, but to actually send that money out to work for you and make more money. So,
Okay.
once you learn how to save, you want to hold on to it. So now I'm in that mind frame that I have to send that money out and do good things for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. How does credit work with that?
Credit is a beautiful thing. Uh, it can
Yeah,
either be a it can either be a nightmare, or it could be heaven for you. I don't know. It depends on how you look
absolutely.
at it, and
Absolutely.
depends on how you utilize it, I guess. So,
Right, right.
I'm in the process of showing my daughters how to use credit. I
Okay.
actually put them on my as authorized users on my credit card,
Awesome,
so
man.
that they can benefit from my hard work and
Hmm.
credit, and they can start a little earlier than I started when I was young.
Good, good. Okay, so on this money and marriage episode, so you're married now, beautiful
Yes, sir.
wife, Lucretia. Let's start when you guys were dating. So when y'all were dating, what were your conversations about money like?
Well, um, it- well, we tried to hit all the other spots first before we talked about money, but I think we just wanted to make sure each other was on a steady footing or a good foundation with money.
Okay.
I more so was the one that refused to play around with debt,
Yep.
whereas my lovely wife, she would tinker with a little debt here and there. So
Uh-huh.
so we may have bumped heads, but it wasn't an ultimatum type thing. We just kind of had different philosophies at that time.
Okay.
Dating.
Okay. So yeah, so that leads into my next question. Uh, so were you guys equally yoked, or was there a lot of conversations that needed to be had regarding money and finance?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both. It was kind of even keel. I think we were equally yoked in our philosophy on what we wanted to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where we were at in our life with finances were at two different points.
Okay.
I moved to Houston with the idea of getting my finances together, and my wife moved to Houston at the time, just looking for a change in life. So
Okay.
I was more so financially driven and focused, and she was more so just living her life, living life.
Okay. 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 Good. So you both came here from different places, not
Correct.
not the same spot. You from where you from?
I'm from North Carolina, and my wife is from Ohio. So, and
Okay.
we came to within months around the same time to Houston at the same year, same time.
Okay. So you felt like Houston or Texas maybe in general would be a good place to come to help you build financially, or
Oh yes, sir, without a doubt. When I got to Texas, I just kind of was looking for a new start, but
Mhm.
I also found out that there was a lot of opportunities down here. So
Okay.
uh,
Okay. Is it she did she move down here for that same reason maybe, or a different reason?
she did move here to switch job, just a more like a lateral transfer in jobs,
Okay.
just a new scenery. But yeah, new transferring jobs down here.
Okay,
Same
good.
company, but just transfer.
Yeah. Okay. So now again, when y'all were dating, you guys, I guess, would get a sense of who has the financial IQ, who has the higher financial IQ, probably pretty quickly. So did you two agree on which one of you had the higher financial IQ and sort of defer to that person, or was it something else?
Well, I guess it depends on who you're asking. If you,
I'm asking you.
yeah, so but she gonna be watching, so I gotta
Uh-huh.
keep a happy house.
Absolutely.
So yeah, my wife was definitely financially able to do it on her
Uh-huh.
own, but I think in the beginning we just kind of did bills 50-50, and she kind of took care of her bills and I kind of took care of my bills when we were
Uh-huh.
dating.
Mhm.
And now that we're married and
Mhm.
we're about a few months in, not a few months, but back in October, we're more so going to lean on me for this next cycle
Okay.
because we're actually expecting. So uh,
Awesome.
yeah,
Congratulations,
so
brother.
financially, it's probably going to be a little on me to kind of maintain the household bills for a little while. So,
Yeah, and so that brings another bigger financial equation into a marriage, which is a child. And I know you have children right now, and this will be her first. So have you two sat down? Have you said, okay, so these are our financial responsibilities now, and this is what they will be with it when a child comes? Have you sat it down and sort of went over those?
and glad you asked, but just here recently, we did sit down and actually go over our finances together.
Hmm.
And just to give you a little background, I have four older children
Okay.
that live back in North Carolina,
Okay.
and it's me and my wife here, and we're expecting. So yeah, we sat down and tried to do like a 1 year and a 5 year plan
Okay.
according to what we know our financial outlook is going to be with a new addition in the household. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good, good. That's great, man, that you two can talk things out and and come together on some things. So
And let me interrupt you for a second.
yes, sir.
So thinking about it, I can say this: it's been a scary transfer of management duty as far as finances for my wife, because
Mhm,
she's always been very independent. So for her to relinquish some of that
mhm,
to me, I can just say this has been kind of scary for her to
definitely.
for her to be expecting and
Uh-huh,
not be producing as much income as she used to and just
uh-huh,
leaning on me.
mhm.
Has to be a scary thing for her to relinquish some of that responsibility to me.
Absolutely. And and is it also a little scary for you to take on that extra responsibility?
You know, it's scary, but at the same time, I like a challenge. So
Mhm.
hey, I'm gonna keep the lights on. I can bet you that. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the
yeah,
one thing as a man that you can't do without. You can't let the lights get turned out
no, you can't
and
let
be
the
a
lights go
man.
cut off.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, absolutely.
and I tried to explain to her, I'm from the poking beans era, so I'm used to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and poking beans. So
Pork
I
and
can
bean.
cut back if I need to.
Absolutely. I
And I don't
mean,
know if she can cut back on getting the toes done, nails done, all that, but I can cut back
hey, when in doubt, pork and beans.
pork and beans.
Absolutely. Now, if uh, just to give a break, if you found value in this podcast, please subscribe so that you can get more videos just like this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, so now let's jump into the actual marriage. Okay. Um, I know we talked about you guys having conversations beforehand. Now, how have those conversations changed from her being your girl, your fiance, to now being your wife?
Uh, you know what? They just a little they're a little heavier now,
Mhm.
because you know that you got a partner that you can't let down. So I would say, yeah, it's just a little bit more responsibility,
Yeah.
and yeah, don't want to have
Okay.
to go face a granddad or nothing like that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's something else. You definitely don't want to let your partner down.
Right.
It's harder letting your wife down than letting maybe your girl down or something like that. You don't want to let your wife down. That makes you feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
So so she has her dad, her mom, and those people in her life.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so did you ever have any conversations with them, regarding money or finance? I mean, did her dad or mom, you know, talk to you about their baby and they need their baby to be taken care of and anything like that?
In the traditional sense,
Mhm.
no, I never sat down with her parents to talk about money.
Okay.
I can say that, but on the other hand, I can feel what the expectations were.
Oh, really?
The
Definitely.
the unsaid, the unspoken expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't need to be said, but you know what they are. Absolutely. Okay. So talk to me about the benefits of being married and growing financially together. Like, what are the benefits in your eyes?
I would say the benefits is definitely two incomes are better than one.
Mhm,
And the first major hurdle we had to as far as finances,
mhm.
and we had to agree upon was our wedding. We had to
Absolutely.
decide how we wanted to finance the wedding. So if we butted some heads, of course, I wanted to cash out a wedding, and she wanted to have a dream wedding. So you got to meet somewhere in between there.
Absolutely.
Uh, so I think we did a good job with that. We walked away from the wedding not owing anything. Actually, we came out on the positive side after just small gifts from family and friends. So we
Okay.
actually walked away in the green, not in the red.
Good. Good, man. Yeah. So getting married, I guess the marriage itself is the first real big expense that you two come together on. I
Yes,
know it,
sir.
yeah, it was for me and my ex-wife. And
Yeah.
that's something that, you know, being single, you really have to get adjusted to, putting money out for a wedding for something, like that. And you know, and I don't know, you wanna this your first or second marriage or third
So,
marriage? What is it?
so this is actually my second marriage
Okay.
and last marriage. We're gonna put that in there. Second and last at the same time. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
It
did,
was
did did you notice any differences in I mean, I don't want to, but any differences in the two? Were you able to take from your first marriage and improve on this marriage?
yeah, I think you look back on those mistakes that you made in the
Mhm.
first go around, and you try not to make those same mistakes within anything in life.
I
Just
mean,
try to build
financially.
upon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man. So I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, I'm a product. I've been married and divorced, and may try marriage one more time. I'm not gonna try no more than that. One more time might be all I could do. But I think that marriage is definitely, you know, something worth trying. So let me ask you, any drawbacks to being married and trying to get on the same page financially? I mean, I know we talked about the thing, but are there any negatives? I mean, not to be negative, but any drawbacks that you see, or maybe
yeah.
something that you do over?
I, I wouldn't say there's drawbacks. I would just say that there's always going to be bumps in the road when
Okay.
you're trying to uh, combine two and make it one.
Hmm.
There's going to be bumps in the road just because there's different philosophies, and you got to take into account with how you were raised and how another person was raised,
Hmm.
and how you was unaware of finances
Hmm.
growing up, and your partner might be unaware of how finances affect everything when you're growing up. So yeah, not drawbacks, but definitely some some uh, some obstacles and hurdles.
Okay. So let's talk about an obstacle that maybe a lot of blended families have, and you've got to navigate it. Let's talk about children, man. So uh, were your children that you had from previous relationship, were they uh, something that you guys had to really talk about to get her head wrapped around it, or as far as the person you chose to marry, I mean, was she on board 100% right away? And because a lot of your money will be going to them and not just in her household.
Yeah, so yeah, you would. I mean, with our marriage, it was probably tough because here's a single lady, and I'm a single guy that already has 4 kids, and I'm divorced.
Yeah.
So my focus is on my kids and providing for them. Her
Mhm.
focus is on her future. So the fact that we even got together, then had to come to an understanding about her wanting to start her own family, which is another
Absolutely.
whole nother dynamics. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I think to each his own, and every situation offers its own
Yeah.
situation. So yeah,
Right.
that was our
Right.
situation where
Okay.
she
Good.
fully understood that I have to take care of
Hmm.
my little ones
Yeah.
as well as take care of her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a balancing act, unlike any other, man. Uh, Also, with that, I don't want to speak freely. So I imagine your kids are younger than 18, or maybe you have a couple younger than 18.
Yeah, I got a wider variety of ages. Let me just go and put that out there. So I am currently sitting at a father of a 22-year-old,
Okay.
an 18-year-old. So and the rest of my kids, I'm about to say students because I'm a teacher, but the rest of my kids
Exactly.
all have birthdays coming up this summer. So the a soon to be 19-year-old, a soon-to-be 16-year-old,
Mhm.
and a soon-to-be 11-year-old. In
Awesome.
this same year, a soon-to-be newborn.
Already,
So if you're
already.
keeping up with me, folks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them coming in the world.
5 Posey kids coming into the world.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's a crazy thing.
So let's focus on the last two. So since I guess those are probably the last two that you're paying child support for. Um, I, I
Don't
have to
throw it out there, brother.
I have to at least hit on at least once one question. So because
Oh Lord, you hurt me. Don't. That's the boogeyman when you say that word, child support. Ooh,
absolutely. So I pay as well. And if you're a real man and you have children
right.
below 18, you're gonna pay, and you're not gonna bat an eye about it. But with that, um, there's also conversations that has to be had because with certain jobs, and this is the sense that I get. Uh, with certain jobs, people expect you to make a certain amount
Mm-hmm.
without considering the fact that child support takes a large chunk of that,
Yes,
right?
it does.
So, like I would think that there would be conversations that needed to be had on that front, and somebody, namely the woman, would have to sort of understand and realize, certain things that she's gonna have to, you know, either step up to the plate a little more, or maybe not expect as much financially. Like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think about it. Well, child support really never affected our financial decisions because it's more of a. It's not based on my net income. It's already taken out prior to. So
Okay.
I was already living whatever lifestyle I was living
So
before
okay.
those things. So yeah, I
So
think
the conversation is, this is my net pay. This
right.
is this is what I can afford to take care of you with.
That's right.
As
Yeah,
opposed to, I'm a teacher, my salary is this, you know what I'm
right.
saying? So, you know, we can do what all the other teachers do. It's sort of, listen, my we're gonna go off of net pay instead of
Yeah,
gross pay, and
that's right.
work it like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we only pay child support, that'd be one thing. But so when you're talking about a marriage and kids, there's so many other things you have to account for and pay
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
with your children that's outside the realm of child support in itself. So, but
Absolutely.
you know,
Yep.
when they're with you, they got to eat. When they're
Yep.
with you, you got to travel. You got to do everything. So
Exactly.
yeah,
And
it's
and you
just
don't and you don't get any of that money back.
no, man.
That's
You
extra.
you get it back because you investing in your kids. That's how you get it back.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
you don't even
Absolutely.
think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mike. Uh Man, this has been great talking to you, man. I would like for you to talk to the people and give them, a thought on marriage and money, straight from your head, your heart. What do you think about marriage and money that people can take away from?
Think, you know, thinking about marriage and money, I know that in the United States, a large amount of divorce take place because of finances. But
Mhm.
if you work it out, it can be a beautiful thing. Like again, it's one of them things where it can either be a great thing or it can be hell on other ends. So, you know,
Absolutely.
find you a partner
Absolutely.
that has a yoked value system, and then you'll be all right.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mike. So I have the last word. So let me just say that the Bible says, "He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing." There was no mention of good credit, good job, or sound financial acumen. Maybe there should have been, because marriage is big business now.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Between between alimony, child support, and community property, somebody is getting paid just for being married.
Yes, sir.
You need an MBA or a law degree just to navigate it all. Family courts are packed with people trying to save or dissolve their marriages, a lot of them for financial reasons. Child support centers have enough money going in and out of there that they could loan some out and be considered a bank. I think marriage is great with the right partner. Just know that marriage is a business. And when you say I do, you are making a business decision. And that is your final word. Appreciate you, Mike, man.
Right.
Guys, Mike has his own YouTube channel, man, called Backyard U2. And I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you guys go check him out, man. It's great. I check him out every Monday. Hey, man, this was great. And I appreciate all the insight. And I'm sure we have audience members that can get something out of it, brother.
All right. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, man.
Thank you, guys. Man, thank you for having me on too, bro.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Take it easy.
All right.